You can call me OTEP Twitter. You can call me Walt Twitter. By the end of this video, you will call me Alpha. I'm the Alpha Zombie here with.
Bree Danielle.
And we got another episode of Purpose. We are back this week. Bree back from her vacation time. That she out there shining and glowing.
I've been on vacation. Can't wait to take another one.
She out here glowing. Went back home for a little time. Went to Houston. No, this out of her.
Listen, I've been out here in these streets not getting corona. I've been safely out here in these streets, okay? Wearing my mask, wash my hands, and minding my business.
Yeah, 6 feet drinking the water, staying here.
Man, staying hydrated and coronavirus free.
How you feeling though, Bree? You feel good? If rested, see you glowing. Look at she pretty.
Hey, listen. I feel okay. I feel okay. We are almost out of 2020. Thank you, Jesus. Praying that 2021 is not as bad. Okay, we are praying, and all of us are waiting for December 21st. So I feel good. I'm ready.
Yeah. December 21st, big day.
Big day.
And speaking of December 21st, I see you. Some people, they get jealous, you know what I mean? They get envious. Then some people give you constructive criticism. That's today's topic of purpose. Constructive criticism versus envy and jealousy and hatred. Bree, talk to them.
Listen, how do you tell the difference? How do you know when somebody is really, they really care about you, they really want to see you grow, they really want to, help you fulfill your purpose, live your best life, be your whole self. And how do you know when they're envious or when they just flat out hating on you? Let's just be honest. Like, how do you know the difference? You always have to be able to tell the difference, especially when you're developing relationships, because we talk about that because a part of your purpose is being able to be in relationships with other humans. And again, as a reminder, this is just not sexual relationships. We're talking about all human interactions, all human contacts are relationships, whether for 2 seconds or 2 years. They're relationships. So how do you tell the difference between hate and constructive criticism? Okay. Usually I always tell y'all, for me, because this is my life experience, I can't tell you about your life. I can only hope that what I say helps you in the long run. Now, for me, constructive criticism always comes in love. Um, I can always feel the difference. I can always feel when somebody really, really wants me to be a better me, when they're really trying to help me get to my greatest self or reach my full potential, opposed to someone who is just upset at who I am, the type of person that I am, or what I have going on. Now, when I say upset, it doesn't mean that you're going to visibly see their anger. It means that if you're listening to what they're saying to you, you're going to hear the snarkiness or the shade of what they're saying to you. So that's the difference. So either when people are telling you things in love, even if it hurts your feelings or it doesn't sit well with you, if you make you feel a type of way, you still know it's out of love. And once you process that, you're like, they really do care about me. This is really an area that I need to grow in, and you could use that information. Opposed to once you process what someone has said and you realize that they're just jealous of you. They're just upset about, they feel a type of way about where you are in life. So, Trevor, what do you think? Do you think it's easy to tell when somebody is really hating on you and or just being giving you constructive criticism out of love? Do you think that everybody is hating on, because I know a lot of people always get that confused, that the first thing that people say when they hear something about themselves that they don't like is, oh, you just hating on me, or oh, you just don't want to see me be great.
You can see it in both ways. Sometimes it's not even criticism where you can tell people are hate or jealous or something. Sometimes it's like, oh, I see you with your little job.
So yeah, they be like, I see you with your list such and such, or instead of saying, congratulations, just say congratulations, or how did you do that? I would like to too. Um, People just, I guess it's like it's like crabs in a barrel almost. Like, I know that you're doing well, but I want to do well, but I don't want you to do better than me.
Yeah,
And so
that's true. Like a lot of people, like I said, they tell you, "I'm proud you got that little job. I see you out there." Like, why are you belittling my job?
my success.
Yeah,
Like, this is my success. Why does it have to be little?
yeah,
Because it didn't take me a little effort to get here. Like, this is a big deal for me. And I just sometimes I don't want people to get confused though. Like, you can always, most of the time, clearly tell when people are like genuinely happy for you or genuinely want to see you grow, opposed to them being jealous. It's always going to come off real snarky or snippy. But there are those people who can pretend really well. Those people who try to hide their jealousy by, giving you these compliments, or, trying to find out more about what you do, but really they're just trying to take what you have, if that makes sense. Like, some people can pretend to be so invested and so concerned and so intrigued about what you do, only to try to go and imitate that same process.
yeah. I always worry about people that's in my business too much.
And I am the one to be like, you in my business? Don't do that. I'm always, because there is a thin line where, like, you want to help people. Like, I'm always one to, as I go up, I want to bring somebody with me. But at the same time, people are manipulative, and they always have an ulterior motive to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take this from you so you can't be great.
And they try to be your friend, find out information on you, go gossip to you about someone so else, about a bunch of people don't like you. A lot of weird stuff like that. People get that little envious about you. You know what she told me she did to get that job? And then twist it in their own way. What he did to do it? You know they ain't nothing. I could have had it if I wanted to. Well, why don't you? And one thing I learned that people get really jealous of is when you try different things. They probably be, if you just do it regular, they probably, but once you start doing something out your norm,
Hmm.
they kind of get real upset because they're afraid to do it.
People do not like change. And I have never understood that. Like, the one thing that is inevitable is change. Like, that's the one thing that's always going to happen. Like, that is guaranteed. Something is always going to change. And people are so afraid of that, I guess, because it's the unknown. So whenever you decide to be the first one to do the change, they're like, mm-mm, she thinks she's better than us, or mm-mm, I don't know who she thinks she is. Instead of being like, hey, you doing this, let's see where that goes. Let me help you get there. And sometimes people, like, even if you aren't the first person to do the change, like, someone's done it before you, people will, like, talk down on you and have the knowledge of how you can be better and not give it to you.
That's true too. They don't want you to get past them. They don't want you to exceed them. They think you got the potential. Sometimes they try to hold you down. You get that simple, oh, they're not ready yet from their,
You're not.
but even if they're your boss, yeah,
Exactly.
they'd be like, oh, she not ready yet. Well, and it's probably, and sometimes I found a lot of times that person don't have a degree. Usually in life, like they don't have a degree, so like if she get close to my job, they gonna be willing to
She's gonna
take.
take it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
or he get close to my job, he gonna take my job because they got a degree, and the higher ups respect that degree more than so and so. The only reason I got the advantage because I got experience. So if I keep you taking your time from getting experience, you won't get it.
Exactly. As long as I keep you unexperienced, you will never be able to surpass me. And we got to stop being crabs. Like, we really have to stop thinking that if somebody surpasses me, then I'm no longer relevant. Like, what's for you is for you regardless. Like, regardless of what you do or what you say or the actions that you make. So why not let people grow? Don't be the person or the reason that someone doesn't get to experience their full potential.
And plus, you in the real world, you not relevant. You are out of
A big fish in a small pond.
300 billion people, you just one person who's in probably a small town or one city whom a lot of people don't know, and you're not that big, so it doesn't really matter. Also, I saw West been on this a lot. Carlos Miller and T.I. they stated that Kid Credit Player. By the way, if y'all don't know who West is, when we say West, we referring to Kid Credit Player, the rapper.
Yes, sir.
Go listen to his music. Hit that like button and that subscribe button. Hit that follow button on all the platforms. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, Carlos Miller said people tend not to be able to grow in their environment. That's why most people have to move out. Carlos Miller said, I cannot be where I am today if I stayed in Mississippi.
Absolutely. Now, I love Mississippi. It's my home. Like it's always gonna be dear to my heart. And whenever I can, I'm going to go back to make sure to give people opportunities that I couldn't get. But it's absolutely correct. And the reason that we can't grow in Mississippi the way that we would want to is because no one wants to give you that opportunity. We see it so many times in our rappers. Like Big Crit is from Mississippi and he had to move to Atlanta because we can create the resources. We definitely can, but the people that have the resources are not willing to help those who don't have it. So it's always much more difficult to get where you need to go because once people get in a position where they're doing well, then they don't want to help anybody else.
Yeah. Then they try to make you do certain things, act a certain way, do this. They always
make you feel like you owe them.
Yeah. They try to like, hey, I'm putting you in this position. Like, why would you? No, I don't want your position. You don't tell me where you putting me at. I'll make my own. That's why I do what I do. I make my own.
Exactly.
I make my own lane. And then you got this old mindset of doing it this way, my way. Well, everybody want to work. You got to work at the plant. Yo, that's the biggest thing, Missy.
You got to work at the plant or you got to work for UPS.
Yeah, you got to work at
like especially when you're in smaller cities, you got to work at the factories to in order to feel like you're doing well.
And truth is, the only reason they tell you that because they really know the job though.
That's it. That's all you got.
And so you gotta work it's always a plant everywhere. There's 1,000 plants in Mississippi.
Man, listen, Mississippi make a lot of things. Okay, we make cars. We got chickens out here. We got a lot of plants, and they are not short on staff. Okay.
They have a new staff every week. They fire a whole group. They got a new one come in. Half the time they hired the same person they fired 2 years ago. They just like, didn't y'all fire
them? We gonna lay you off. Well, what you lay me off for if you're gonna bring me back?
Just needed to save some money for about 3 months. But yeah, this is how it tends to happen in Mississippi. When people see you trying to get out of that, they get a little envious. I know who you are, type deal. Low
and they try to, they try to keep you in who they knew you to be before.
Yeah.
And not see you as the person that you've grown to be. And that's always very detrimental if you allow people to do that. Like, don't allow people to be like, I knew you from back then. Okay, you don't know me now. Like, I'm a different person.
You see people, they do that with everybody. If you try to better your life, you'll see it in the older groups. I remember you was an alcoholic, trying to act like you better than us. No, I just stopped doing that because I'm trying to better my life, sir.
I'm trying to live my full life. I'm trying to be my whole self.
Then they don't hang around you no more when you stop doing the stuff you used to do.
That's how you know. That is one of the major indicators of people who really want to see you do well and those people who want to be crabs in a bucket, who want to keep you down and can't recognize the growth that you've had in your life.
Yeah, because you're sitting in the hood all the time. If you're from the hood, you know. If you're from anywhere, you know when people
small towns,
cities, anywhere you go. If you're rich, poor, when you used to do certain things, if you're a rich kid, you used to party all the time. You're a poor kid, party all the time. Then you stop partying, they be like, you ain't fun no more. basically using
That's what
you
they
to,
say. You're not the same.
yeah, using you to do a certain point. You see it in, you also, it's, you become a, I saw this from Charlemagne, shout out to Charlemagne. You become a problem of your success in a way, especially according to the internet. When people put you in a category, that's what you are, no matter what.
Exactly.
In that case, they were talking about Jamel Hill. We're not gonna get into that. We already talked about that. But once you become a product of what they see you as, that's who you are. And when you try to do anything out of that, they find reasons to attack you. And that's with
Yep.
anybody, whether you could do something for somebody their whole life, and based on who they voted for, who you voted for, anything, they can leave you. Why? Because the internet, really, people are not, you are an idea to them, I should say. Your friendship is an idea. You are similar to me, therefore we are friends because we have the same interest, or we have the same thought process. And if your thought process change, we can't be friends, because honestly, I never got to know you. I got to know the idea of
Exactly. I just enjoy the idea of that I found someone similar to me and never allowed you to grow in the aspect of time, because people change. Um, Even like when people tell you, like in like relational relationships, you have to be willing to love that person for who they are right now, but also be ready to love them for whoever else they turn into as time goes on, because times changes people, different life situations change people, and people just, if they are a person that wants to be their whole self, they continue to evolve and to develop those characteristics that they have. That is like one of the main goals you should have in life anyway, is to grow, to evolve, and to develop. Not saying that you should switch up who you're more, like the core of yourself. um don't be wishy-washy, don't turn into a different person, but you should continue to evolve. And I think it's important for us to know the difference between the two.
you. Yeah. Like I said, people they like the idea of you. They like that you're similar. They like the thought process. Some of them people like your work ethic. They like you being the young entrepreneur. They like you being a young singer. And then once you make it, I miss the old singer. It's like that thing. I miss the old Kanye. I miss the
Yeah.
old Jay-Z. I miss the old Lil Wayne. Now you can miss them. And that's different than a regular relationship. I'll give you leeway, because if you like, at that point in your life, I tell everybody this. When I was a kid, I loved Soulja Boy. I did every dance, hop up in the club, all that stuff. I did all that. Yeah,
okay.
all that.
Okay,
We lit now. MySpace Day. We talked about in the episode last Saturday. Me and Joe talked about that. MySpace Day top 10 got you in trouble. Got you in trouble. You got to go to school next day.
When life was so simple.
Yeah, when you got to go to school next day, your friend wasn't in your top 10 no more. You got mad. I was saying everybody in the school.
I'm not in your top? Oh, so now I'm not your friend. No.
Everybody in school knew a drama going on. You couldn't even have it. But yeah, in those situations, you tend to now listen to the same music, and I'm like, this is trash. It's still,
like, why do we like that so much?
Yeah, it's a legacy thing, and I still enjoy that. I liked it. That's why I give young people leeway on the music. They're like, I'm not this music trash. I'm like, I like Waka Flocka when I was growing up. It was kind of trash too.
But that was our era.
Yeah.
Like Travis Porter. Like that was just the era that we lived in.
And that was your energy.
And yeah, we have evolved. Thank you, Jesus. We have evolved. We have evolved. And I think that.
So let the kid rock, man. They'll grow too.
And I'm still going to tell you that they're trash, because even the older generation told us that our music was trash. But I do give them a chance to evolve and enjoy the era that they're in, because it's just their era. It's just what they enjoy at the time. And we as people have to be willing to do that. to have that grace and mercy with people, whether it's their musical taste, their political views, whatever. We gotta give them the grace to evolve and to hopefully having a better taste. Because if my brother turns 30 and he's still like Lil Pump or NBA Youngboy, we're gonna have an issue at that point. But right now, I'm allowing him to evolve and to enjoy the era of music that he's in because that's just the time that we in.
I don't know about Lil Pump though. I'm like,
I'll just name somebody. You know, I don't be knowing these people. He was the first one that came to the top of my head. I couldn't say 6ix9ine because we all know that, controversy.
yeah.
So that was just the first name that came to my head.
But allow people to evolve, allow them to grow, allow them to think. That's why I hate cancel culture too. You don't allow people to grow. If you look at something I said when I was 18, I didn't know nothing. Let's just be honest. I lived in a small town that had its own problems.
They did JT like that, and I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, I have never seen a man in a dress in my life outside of my cousin, and it's my cousin, so I loved him anyway. Rest in peace, cuz. I love you. So when I was 18, I never saw it. I reacted a certain way. Now, you didn't see it on Twitter or nothing, so I don't think you can look it up. You might. I don't know if I said nothing, but I doubt it. Because I've never been that type of person. But I felt it. Now I'm like, you live your life, you know what I mean? Live your life, do you?
That's really what it is, Trevor. Like, and I don't want to confuse that with being desensitized either.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I'm allowing people to be themselves and not giving them my own standard or trying to fit them in a box that I've created based on my own experiences.
Yeah, so you go in there and like Bree said, my own experience. I lived in a small town. I never seen stuff before. When I went to Japan and South Korea, it was complete culture shock. I was telling my friend, but it got my curiosity. I'm a person that likes to evolve and grow. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot about the culture. I asked my Japanese friend Tatsuki all kind of questions about their culture after I've been there. Why? Because it's enamoring to me. I accept that they're different. I love the fact they're different. I like the fact, and I think a lot of people don't understand culture, and they choose to live in their own bubble.
Yes.
And do their own thing and never gets out, and then everything else is like controversial and you hate it. You can't stand it. And you don't allow people to grow. And that becomes sometimes jealousy and anger because they're not what you want them to be or what you think they'll be. That's a problem with parents, aunties, cousins.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Nobody's excluded from that. So the moral of all of this is, because it really gets down into like very, very deep parts, is to have the discernment to know when somebody is really trying to help you, or when somebody is really, really genuinely looking out for you, and when someone is being jealous. And also be okay with outgrowing the people that you used to be around when you had a different mindset. Be okay with recognizing that you're evolving into somebody else, while staying true to yourself. I'm not saying evolve into what you think society wants you to be, or hating yourself so much that you turn into a different person. But as a person that wants to grow and wants to be, I want you to be your full self. It's okay to evolve. It's okay to change your mind about how you used to feel 10 years ago. It's okay to have a new mindset. You might not have liked something 6 years ago, but now that you're older and you've experienced more, you might now like it, and that's okay. It is completely okay to evolve and to change, because that's how you know you are on the path to becoming your whole self. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Be your whole self.
That is true. Also, how to determine if someone, we got to get into the constructive criticism part. It's usually with love.
Yes, you can always feel the love no matter what. You might be in your feelings. Trevor might tell me some stuff and I might not talk to him for a couple of days. And I might be upset and I might, but at the end of the day, once I sit down and realize what Trevor has said to me, I know that he was only trying to push me to be better.
Like, and a lot of times, love come harshly. A lot of people don't.
Sometimes it does.
A lot of times it comes harsh. But sometimes you gotta tell your friend the truth. Yo, listen. you messing up. I ain't
And
say,
it's not that it's harsh, Trevor. It's just that I don't want to hear it.
yeah.
I don't want my friend to hurt my pride type of thing. It's not that it could be the smallest thing and you can say it in the greatest way, but if it's something that you don't want to hear, it's going to feel like it's harsh, but it's not. In reality, it's not that harsh. You've heard worse from people who don't even like you.
True. I had a normally I see something on the internet or somewhere and I just ignore it because I don't care. But if I see my friend do it, it does something different because I have to talk to him about it because I know you and I love you. For instance, if a female or male try to diss a whole race of other people, I'm gonna talk to them. I mean, not a raceness per se, but the other gender. You know, men ain't, women ain't. And so I'm gonna have to talk to them. It's like my friend said, "Why come every man I date is a dog?" I hit her with the truth. She been
You
after,
pickle.
yeah, yo. You don't have you not noticed that one dude you dated was my actual cousin. The other dude you dated was my cousin's best friend. They are exactly alike.
They're the same person. You're dating the same person over and over.
Then
You don't see that?
your new one is just like them, except for he don't know them. It's a routine. She decided to date a dude that's different. Now she's married, had 2 beautiful children. Shout out. But yeah, I told her the truth. She like, that came. You didn't have to say it like that. I'm like, but
And that's always me. Trevor, they be always me. Because it is, I always tell people, like, if you're going to, like, criticize someone constructively, it's always important to say it tactfully. Because you have to think about how people are going to receive things also. But also on the other end of that, you can't just think that people are supposed to rub your back and be like, this and this and that. If you messing up, people got to give it to you straight. But you also, while giving it to them straight, realize that you still love them. This is for the people giving constructive criticism. Realize that you have to do it from a place of love and not from a place of frustration. Because I know a lot of times when we want people to do better and we see them not working, to be their full selves or living in their full potential, it frustrates us. And so we have to make sure that when we articulate those criticisms, that we aren't tearing them down or making them feel inferior.
and that is true too. Always make sure you be cognizant of what you're doing when you do it.
Yes, always aware.
Yeah, be aware when you say something, and sometimes it's going to be harsh and you know it. Maybe buy my ice cream right before my usually make it feel better. but yeah, when people love you, they tell you the truth. They tell you their opinion sometimes. Like, hey, the people you've been around, I don't like them. Sometimes
they're not doing you well.
Sometimes your parents do it, and you don't. Sometimes you don't want to listen to it, especially when you're younger. And then you
But
realize,
they be right.
I know a lot of y'all right now. My parents say your friends are trash. And then you be like,
Trash.
how dare you diss my friends? And then you get older and then 10 years down the road, trust me, you look at most of them that she dissed and you be like,
they are trash. You're right.
Yeah, they're stuck in the same place, doing the same things, living the same life.
You're right. And a lot of times when people love you, they can see things differently than you when you're in a situation because you're in the middle of it or you're too close to it. And so when they're seeing it from the outside, they're kind of unbiased. Of course, they're biased towards you because they want to see you be the greatest person that you can be. But when it comes to the situation, they're very unbiased because they don't have a real emotional attachment to whatever the situation may be.
That's true. I said it about the situation in the world right now. I talked about it on a show last week that y'all can go watch with my boy Trey Melton. It's a good show. Comedian, North Carolina, LA. Funny show, funny dude. We offended some people. It was all right. But
we always do.
Yeah, you're going to be offended somewhere in there. But we spoke on it, and I told him that you can easily say everything should be closed with this situation going on in the world. Everything can be opened. Everything should be this, but you ain't got to deal with it. I can tell the president, the governors what to do, but if they do what I say and it turn bad, I don't have, what consequences do I have? I'm like, oh,
None.
that didn't work out.
Right. I wish we don't go back and change it.
Oh, that don't gonna work out. It don't have nothing to do with me. He shouldn't have listened to me. I don't know nothing. And I done seen that in real life people like, I don't know nothing. I don't know why they even listen to me.
What? You said it.
Yeah, but I don't know I don't know nothing. I'm just a regular person. It's their job to know that. But that's why they have to make harder decisions. I'm pretty sure these people don't want businesses to go out. And this me defending them after I dissed them last week, and I still hold on to that criticism. Don't be hypocritical. If you say do something, do it. Don't do it don't go out with your friends and tell everybody else to stay in the house. It's hypocritical. But what we
That's
got?
dumb.
We got new one. I Tate Reeves. You got caught too. I see you. Why?
Tate Reeves, I saw you have a party, bro.
I dissed Newsom I dissed the Democrat. Tate, you did too. I see you, hypocritical. Don't shut down the city and then have a whole party at your house. I see you. But yeah, it's
stay at home.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. You say things on the internet because you don't have to deal with it. It's easy for me to tell everybody what to do if you don't have to deal with it. And that's another thing about if it's constructive or not. A lot of people gonna have and I say that a lot of people gonna be like, why did you say that in this conversation? It has a lot to do with this conversation because that's how you can tell. How much have they invested in you to tell you something?
Exactly.
Are they actively trying to help you, or are they just in your business?
Is it always that you telling them stuff?
Yeah.
That's how you can tell. If you giving out more information than you're getting about people's lives, then they're probably taking advantage of you. They're not just being a good listener.
Yeah, like I said, that's why that story was relevant to our conversation we're having now. Like, I called them out on telling people to do something because they ain't got to deal with it. If your parents invested in you, so sometimes they'll say something, they're not always right. They're right a lot of time, but they're not always right. But they are invested. But they are invested. They have something. They have used most of their lives, if they're a good parent, that is. If they don't care about you, you already know they don't care about you. So,
right.
But if they invest in you, they have invested. If your friends invest in you, if your co-workers, like, hey, this girl right here can be the top of the company, and they actively try to teach you random things, show you things, help you. Like, oh, this how I do this. Every once in a while, you get a coworker that does that for you, especially if you new. They be like, oh, this how I do them for them, so it'd be easy on you. Cause I know it's kind of weird. You get those type of people in your life. She or him is investing in you in that situation. But I think this person can be big, or usually if they give you advice and never try to help you, that's an indicator.
Yes.
So that's the indicator on how you can perceive help.
The difference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If they have
constructive criticism always comes with a solution.
Yeah, and then,
like, I see that you're doing this, but let's try this.
Yes.
Or here's a resource to help you with that.
Yeah, and you don't always have to take it. You can sometimes you feel more comfortable doing it. Just explain to them, hey, I feel more comfortable doing this way. I know it might be a minute longer, but
yes.
And that's okay too. You explain it to them, they'll be like, okay, I'm just trying to help you, and they still give you advice later on if they invested in you. So
yeah, it's just it has to be a catalyst though. Like, even if you don't use the exact advice, it has to be a spark in you to be like, okay, I need to fix this, and you move in the direction to fix it. Not this your problem type thing.
Yeah, but that's the difference between jealousy and constructive criticism. Usually the person that's giving constructive criticism is invested, or they are in your field and they think you can be good at it, so they give you advice. If you're an actor or a school teacher, and they be like, hey, you new here? You teaching this year? Okay, this is how I did things. This is the person you need to know because they can help you get this or this for your kids' students.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that person is invested. They have an investment, even if it's small. And you remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please invest in us.
Invest in us.
And then
We gonna give you dividends, okay?
Yeah.
Invest in us.
Just invest in us and then criticize us in the comment. Make
Yeah,
sure it's love though.
Constructively, because we keep that. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I told and people that was messing with Joe. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone today. I do not play about my people.
So remember to keep stomping. Bree, any last word?
Listen, drink your water, mind your business. Oh, and wear your mask. Wear
Please,
your mask,
please wear your mask.
please.
I know a lot of y'all believe masks don't work.
They do.
Whatever. I don't know what your problem is. Man, just make everybody comfortable.
Don't spread the germs.
Yes. Out in other countries they wear masks anyway. Just to be
All the
safe.
time. They wear them all the time. I'm like, yo, we should have been adopted this. This should have been something we were doing in the beginning.
Yes, to keep you safe. You don't get the flu as much. You don't get other colds and all that sickness to other people. And remember, today could be the day that something amazing happens. Peace.